What's going on, YouTube? Today I want to give you guys a look at the Dragon King Autumn Leaf katana. This is their first generation, so it has a through hardened blade. And I'm not a practitioner of any kind. I just make these videos for people who are maybe considering buying a certain sword, and so I like to make videos of swords that I own to kind of give some up close detail shots and just my kind of thoughts on the sword. So don't really look at this as a review, more look at it as like a showcase. So I'm going to talk about the Tsuka, the saya, and then the blade. So let's just go ahead and start with the Tsuka and the fittings. Alright, if we look at the kashra here, very simple. Very nice. I love the finish on this. Looks kind of patinated almost. Looks a little bit newer on camera, but in reality it looks almost antique. It's very nice. If we take a look at the profile of the Tsuka, very nice, very thin. One of the things that I'm not a huge fan of with Dragon King katanas is their kind of just axe handle-y shape. There's like zero kind of profiling done to it. So I wasn't sure if I would like that. Same thing with the Dragon King Savior that I have. I was not sure if I would like the feeling of the Tsuka. But this actually feels excellent in the hand. The knots in the Ito are very flush. You almost can't tell that they're there. And Dragon King actually gouges out some of the wood in the Tsuka core to make room for the knots to sit a little bit more flush. I have seen pictures of this kind of marring the samegawa underneath over time, though, if you're a practitioner. So I am not, but if you are, that's something to think about. Let's look at the samegawa. Not the best. I would say that the samegawa on this sword is kind of a disappointment. Would have liked to see much, or not much bigger, but a little bit bigger nodules. It has two Makugi pins, one here and one under that guy right there. And you can really see kind of the weirdness of the quality of the samegawa right there. The Manuki are crickets or grasshoppers. They're very well done. I mean, they look very nice. Nice silver color. Very nice. Let's take a look at the Tsuba. Has kind of a leaf design on it, the autumn leaf. The Fuchi is very simple, nothing special there. There's a little bit of a ledge right here. Let's go ahead and get back to our regular scheduled programming. There we go. So the Fuchi is just super simple, but as you can see, there are some gaps here. It's not really noticeable down here, but you can definitely see a little bit of a gap on top here. The Seppa are awesome. I love the Seppa choice that Dragon King goes with. They are a little bit more of like a nickel gold tint kind of color, and they're also a little bit more aggressively scalloped, and they are thicker than normal Seppa that you would kind of typically see. They're slightly oversized for the holes in the Tsuba. I don't mind that because I actually really like the look of this Seppa, so. If we look at the Tsuba from the other side. This is like an iron. It feels very nice. No sharp edges. It looks nice. It's real sturdy feeling. If we look at the Habaki, this is another thing that I really love about Dragon King swords. Their Habakis are awesome. A little bit different from what you would normally see on a production katana. Fits the blade very well. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the saya. So this saya, I think, is excellent for the price. I actually got this off of Amazon for like 250 bucks. It was brand new, and I don't know why it was that cheap, but for that price, this was an excellent buy. So just keep in mind that that's the lens I'm viewing this from. Was it worth 250 bucks to me? I think these are priced closer to like 350 bucks. But even at 350 bucks, I would buy this again. This does have buffalo horn fittings. The koiguchi is very well done. Very clean, fits the blade very well. There's a little bit of kind of gaps here. I don't know if that matters. It has an Ishime kind of, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell on video. Maybe you can. So the Sageo is black. This is a very, very, very dark chocolate color, this saya. It's not actually black, and you can see the difference there with the koiguchi and the color of the saya itself. The Sageo is excellent quality. This feels really nice. Really, really nice. Love this Sageo. Let's see if these are glued in. These are glued in. But this thing feels just like the Dragon King Modern Tanto. This saya feels excellent. I really wish a saya of this quality came on the Dragon King Savior. But this just feels great in the hand. Very solid feeling. And let's go ahead and take a look at the transition real quick with the Fuchi. Perfect. I mean, almost absolutely perfect. Almost exactly the same size as the Fuchi. It's a little bit thicker here, but on this side lines up perfectly. Very nice. It's in there tight. Not going anywhere. No rattles. It's just rock solid. And let's take a look at the blade. So, as I said, this is a through hardened blade. So no hamon to speak of. Nothing really interesting to see on the blade. I have sharpened it slightly, so you'll see some kind of scratches in the blade because I'm a novice. But the blade has kind of a mirror polish along the spine, and then just a frosted polish along the plane that has the edge. And the actual finish is almost perfect. I mean, it is perfect. So, even though there's not a whole lot to look at with this blade, I mean, the craftsmanship looks excellent. I love the contrast between the kind of mirror polish and that frosted edge. Looks very nice. Let's go ahead and wipe this off. And this thing is stupid sharp. Just dumb sharp. Let's take a look at the Kasaki. Excellent. Man, I love this sword. This thing is sick. Never thought I'd be so into just a through hardened blade. This thing is awesome, and it's just put together so well. It feels so just sturdy in the hand. It is quite heavy feeling. This does not feel like a light sword at all. It's really tip heavy. If I let it go, it's just, the tip just drops. But the blade itself is just completely flat where it should be. No ripples in the metal. I mean, it's perfect. So, for the asking price as well as the price that I paid for it, I mean, I would buy this 3 times over. This is sick. And just the sharpness of it is incredible. I can just kind of one hand casually hit pool noodles with this, and it just slices and dices them. Gorgeous. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys on this one. I really like Dragon King katanas. I think that, you know, in these early days of collecting, the company that stands out the most to me in terms of quality for the price is Dragon King. I think, I don't know, they just got that juju or something. But that's all I got for you guys. If you watched this far, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.